Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where the teachers whip ass.
And you will too if you pass.
Hey, greetings, everybody. This, of course, is the WWOD episode, What Would Ominiki Do? The book, What Would Ominiki Do, has launched in ebook and paperback format.
Long anticipated.
It was doing well. I haven't checked the stats lately, but it had got to number 5 in youth, teen violence nonfiction books for Amazon. Number 5. And when you talk about if you're in the top 100 or the top, a brother told me you're in the top 1,000,000, you're doing well on Amazon because so many books.
Right.
That's awesome.
We weren't in just the top 100, not just the top 10, but the top 5. Right.
Cool.
So number 5. So
I hope you screenshot that.
I put it on. I didn't screenshot it, but I put it on Facebook's page, and
cool.
Then it fluctuates. Whenever I hesitate to post, whenever I post, oh, we're doing number so and so. Like years ago, the Chronicles of Harriet Tubman, Moses, the Chronicles of Harriet Tubman, hit number 1 in steampunk books when steampunk was popular, right? And I said, thank y'all, man. It's doing great. And as soon as I did that, Mug started buying other books to make my shit go down.
Haters.
So I hesitate. Yeah. So some people watching like, oh, damn that. They'll just buy something else to, bring the stats down. So.
They love you so much, Baba. They just want to keep you humble. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
They love you, man. They really do, man. Greetings, everybody. Please hit the like button. New member.
Carpani Burns.
Peace.
Welcome.
Peace, Mr. Mason.
Yes, peace, Eugene. Peace, I Manifesto. Greetings to everybody. Hope your day is going well.
I was pleasantly surprised for those that listen to this crazy thing called hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Not so much rap, but for those of us that still in that realm of listening. I just heard K Slay, rest in peace to K Slay. We all know he passed recently. I think it was it COVID complications? Complications due to COVID, if I'm not mistaken. But I just heard his Rolling 20 Deep, the official music video, and I want to send a shout out to him. And if you're into the hip hop, please check it out. Give him. Hopefully the song does well, and proceeds go to his family and everything. But it was great to see. I thought about it because K-Slay is known for these long 30-minute songs, if y'all don't know, with a bunch of different rappers that's unknown got on it. He was one of the only people that played underground artists on the radios. You know what I'm saying? So him leaving or passing was a big blow to underground artists. But it was good to see his this video that was similar to the ones he did when he was here. It's an hour-long video of different artists, but they're mostly all known artists. They're mostly all old school artists. You have, like the Locks and, people you never expect to see together. Pretty much everybody from the I would say the early 2000s that's around, and even in a lot of 90s, even some 80s artists. And it's just, I wish that things like that would happen in hip hop when the person that's trying to put it together is alive. That's all. The same thing with our families. It just made me think of how families do. I guess hip hop is a family to speak. So, and it kind of made me just think about how families do, how my family in particular, how we always get in the funerals and talking about how we need to get together besides the funeral, but we never get together till another funeral and say we need to get together besides this funeral. We do that every funeral. So just something I thought about while listening to that really great song. So I just wanted to shout that out.
Not sure. I say, well, rest in power.
Yeah, about.
All right, so we're gonna get into it. Because there's several things to get into. This book is nonfiction with a fictional test at the end. So it's targeted at teenage and college age women, young women, right? Self-defense. So we're looking at these situations that happen to a lot of people, and people that are just new on their own. So it's for everybody, but specifically for teen and college young women, new on their own, out here. They're targets, and we'll deal with that. But and the book deals specifically with the statistics that show you how targeted our young women are. And then we look and say, well, what would Ominiki do? I can give advice to anybody on self-defense, but they may say, okay, that's just, an old man talking. One, he's a man, and, people get into he's mansplaining.
Right.
Which, if good advice comes to you from anywhere, stop that ignorant shit. But I'm trying to, because I don't want us to get, to take our money away. We need the money. But mansplaining, I didn't say the whole SHI word. I said shit and stop.
You can make it, Baba. We got 40 seconds. You can make it.
Right, I can make it. So there's a lot out here. I'll just say that. And from me saying it or Belay saying it to young women, it may not have as much of an effect. So we said, okay, well, let's present what would Ominiki do in these cases.
And I just want to say too, Bob, that's why we promote to women a lot on our pages. If you notice, we show a lot of women doing technique and things like that, because we realize the importance of getting our women in. And we also know when men see women doing something like this, they get involved more.
Well, one time at one class, the whole class, it was 90% women.
I got a picture of the circle. I still got that picture, and I look at it from time to time.
Yeah, that was great. I'm not talking about like a women's self-defense workshop or something. It was just regular class, and right. It was majority sisters in there. That was nice. I don't know if any other martial arts school has achieved that.
And I don't believe as many martial arts schools that train with their women the way we do. You know what I'm saying?
Usually at a martial arts school, and we've had some instructors here, and I've corrected that. We'll put women with women only.
Yeah.
And that's because they want to be able to do some hard workout with a man. No, that is not it was two instructors, really one main one. That is not to happen again. You put two sisters together, a lot of times they'll just converse, and this ain't no chauvinistic. This is truth. Ominiki's sitting right there. She knows it. You put two sisters together in class, they'll just talk.
It's true.
But you put a sister with a brother, she gets more serious about what's going on.
And made more out of it. She gets way more out of it.
She gets more out of it, and he does too.
Yes.
If he opens up his damn mind.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like if I could just interject, a lot of times
no. Go ahead.
we end up discussing, but we're talking about the technique, or we're talking about whatever it is that we're supposed to be working, but we do end up talking more about it than we do. I'm just in my experience, than we do actually like doing the technique.
Right. It ain't like y'all just be sitting there like this right there. Yeah.
Right. Just gossiping or something like that.
Yeah, not like that, but
no.
Yeah, it's talking. So for us in class, talking about the technique, that you might as well be gossiping.
That's true.
We're about putting in that work.
What about, I'm asking, well, what if I and then ended up saying I can bowl out, but I won't even pay me no attention, but I can bowl out, just do it.
Right.
And we always say, how do you learn how to chop down a tree?
By chopping down a tree.
We say that damn near every class, how you chop down a tree. By chopping down the tree. Right. Not talking about chopping down the tree. You never know how to chop down the tree.
Right.
You know. Yeah, you do this. Belay cuts down trees. If he just having a conversation with me and then I walk over and try to cut down the tree, I ain't never done it. Oh, the saw gonna bounce, hit me in the leg, all kinds of jobs.
Yes, right. I've seen it happen. Yes, that's real talk. Can I read a book about chopping down trees? Just kidding.
Let me see. Can I read a book about chopping down trees? Now, it's funny that you say that you don't like my music, because when we first started here, it was very, very. I read this book on active shooters or whatever it was with self-defense. I'm like, okay, reading the book. I write books for self-defense, but it's not enough. You have to actually do these things. So the idea with it, and then I'll let Ominiki take it from here. But the idea is at the last chapter of the book is a test. The closest you can get to a book of actually doing it is making decisions based on what you've learned.
Right.
And we're going to do an abridged type of thing today that more fits the audience. So you test yourself that way. I've been doing it for years. Whenever we have a camp or whatever, I test certain aspects or certain properties that we have, attributes with games. Because games allow you to do a whole lot, and test a whole lot, and observe a whole lot in a compressed space. That was my attraction to games years ago in the first place, right? I'm playing board games with my sisters, and I say, hey, this can be used so-and-so. This is before I went to the military. I was a child. When I went to the military, I'm sure you've all heard of war games. A lot of people, when they say war games, they like, yeah, you got pieces on the ground and you move them certain ways. Yeah, that's war game, but that's based off the actual military war games. Okay. They like to credit the Germans with the Kriegspiel war games. Okay, right. Which the Germans created a list of rules by which their people played war games, and they kept it fair. Like we've all played cops and robbers. In my hood, we always want to be the robber. Nobody wanted to be the cop. Right, they had to be forced to be the cop. But in those games, the cops, I shot you. Said, no, you didn't. Because I moved over here, you missed. Right. So, that's been done in Africa before Germany existed. That game has always existed, the cops and robbers then, but it was something else, right? Well, how do you make sure a person doesn't just say, no, I ducked? You create rules. And those rules, everyone sticks to those rules. That then you say, no, I got you here. I did this. I did that. So that's why there are rules involved in those things. But so at the end of the book, you get to test yourself by becoming Ominiki. There are 3 aspects of Ominiki that you can become, and the healer or doctor, the detective, and if you've ever been questioned by Ominiki and as a guest, you'll see she's the detective. She gets into those questions. The healer, the detective, and it's terrible. I write my own game and then forget the third one. Healer, detective. Well, you have to get the book and see. All right, well, we're gonna get into it.
There you go.
We're gonna get into it. So Ominiki, you can start us off.
All right. Greetings, Eugene Mason. In this episode, in honor of the launch of WWOD, which stands for What Would Ominiki Do, or the WhirlWind of Death, you are going to be Ominiki, me. And like I often do, you will decide for Warrior Class the way to act, where to go, what to say, and the like, based on what you know of me, and more importantly, based on your training here in Warrior Class.
Okay, so first of all, don't call me slow that I just realized that WWOD could mean both.
Both, yes.
I'm just going.
You didn't even realize it. I literally said it.
I am shocked with all right now. I feel like you need a hoodie or something at this point. So,
wow.
Okay, y'all know like the choose your own adventure games, but not choose your own adventure. Don't call it that because we try not to get sued like Netflix. You remember that Black Mirror episode where you got to choose the protagonist's actions and it affected the story. They use choose your own adventure as part of the plot. And was it Chuseko who owns CYO8?
Choose Co.
Chusco. It's called, what is it called, Baba?
Choose Co.
Choose Co. Right. Okay. Choose Co. They own CYO8 trademark, sued, and Netflix sell. So we call it the final chapter of What Would Ominiki Do as a game book.
Right. So it's a game book. You can say choose your own adventure, but we're not saying choose your own adventure.
You can say it at home.
You can say it at home. We call it a game book. Okay. So what exactly is a game book, you ask? A game book is any book in which the reader participates in the story by making choices that affect the course of the narrative. And we always talk about we know we need to write our own narrative or tell our own narrative. Well,
control the narrative.
Control the narrative, exactly. Unlike most novels, there are many ways in which a game book story can be completed and many different circumstances that can be experienced along the way. There are 3 families of game books. The oldest is the branching plot novel, typified by the Choose Your Own Adventure series, okay? Which Bile mentioned. This type of book requires the reader to make choices, but is otherwise like a regular novel. So you're reading through, do you go left or do you go right? Do you go to the down the stairs or do you go up the stairs? That's a branching plot novel. Okay. The next type is the role-playing game Solitaire Adventure. That was first introduced in Flying Buffalo's Tunnels and Trolls in 1982, I believe. In that role-playing game, Adventure Line. So they made a whole adventure line of solo or solitaire role-playing where you're by yourself and you're going through. These books combine the branching plot novel with the rules of an existing pen and paper role-playing game, allowing a role player to advance his or her character without the help of a game master. Okay, so say you at home by yourself, or like now this became really big starting in 2020 with the pandemic. We were all locked down. People wanted things to do, and so solo role-playing got huge, and it's still big to this day, right? And during those times, the game books I had already written, man, they exploded. I was able to buy a new computer and all kinds of jobs because people were buying the hell out of the game books.
Wow.
They needed something to do. The final type, the role-playing game book, is similar to the role-playing game Solitaire Adventure, except that it has complete rules included with the book, so that no separate manuals or role-playing game need to be purchased. When you got Tunnels and Trolls, you have to have the Tunnels and Trolls game, then you got the adventures, and you use the book and the game to go through. But with a role-playing game book, all the rules are in that book. Okay, you don't have to buy another book. You get that book and you go through. That it has complete rules, no manuals needed, or role-playing game is needed to be purchased. This concept was introduced in Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone's popular fighting fantasy series. They're from England, so that became a popular thing, and then it made its way over here. That was super popular. I didn't play the fighting fantasy games until I was much older, like in my 30s. I'd already moved here when I played the first fighting fantasy game. I had heard of it, but hadn't really looked into it. Right?
Did you know that they was in the chat on I think the morning show on one? It was just, I don't know which day it was. I was watching it, and they mentioned Warrior Class, and they were in the chats, and people and a couple people saying that they wanted you to bring a game night back, a game show back.
Okay, cool.
Did you even see that?
No, it's been mentioned here before too, but that's cool.
I thought it was interesting that I just seen that last week, and now we got.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll do one, but
the Lamb Beyond. This is basically kind of one right now.
Right, right, exactly. It's a little different because we're all going to be Ominiki right now.
Right.
But in the final chapter of WWOD, we use a role-playing game book model to test your knowledge gained in the preceding chapters of the book. Okay.
All right. Baba Balagoon often uses games as part of testing our skills, hearts, and common sense. This is a staple of African culture and of military special operations, two things that have shaped and molded Balagoon's life and mindset. So, of course, he uses games to test us, show our strengths and weaknesses, and build bonds between a motley crew of people.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So let's get into it. Remember, you are Ominiki, a battle-hardened member of Warrior Class, who was sent by the Black Power media community to investigate the murder of the Hear Doctor, not the Ear Doctor, the Hear Doctor, a singer, psychologist, speech pathologist, and prominent member of the BPM community. You must unmask the murderer before any more death and destruction happens. You will write in the chat what you should do.
What we should do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what we should do. You should, You should write in the chat what we should do, and we will follow the majority to our success or our doom.
We'll get some justice for you here, Doctor.
It's Here Doctor, so we're gonna get justice for him. Yeah.
Right.
First, let's go over the simple rules. We'll need 2 6-sided dice, which I have right here. You'll just have to trust my throw because I don't want to bring a third camera in here and show the camera.
Yeah, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go.
Right. So we'll need 2 6-sided dice, which we'll refer to as 2 die 6, with 2 being the number of dice to roll, and die 6 meaning 6-sided dice, the type of dice. If I said 2 die 8, it would be a 8-sided, 2 8-sided dice, right? If I say 1 die 6, that means 1 die, which you may see here. That's 1 6-sided die roll. We've got some dice right here. We'll need a pencil or pen to record the progress of our adventure. One of y'all can do that part. And our character. So
Nikki, you and me.
Just take time, just write down like what your remaining stamina is, stuff like that, so we can keep a note. Also, take note that the rules in WWOD are similar to these. However, I've adjusted these rules for this live stream and we've already created our character. I'll be right back. That's the one thing I forgot to bring our character. I'm gonna show you just how complicated this character is in just a second.
First, we need a good team. Peace to Darion. I'm in a Festo game night. So I think we need a day to promote our businesses. That's what we need a show for that. Get these businesses up. That's what we need to be doing. But it is important, man, to get our women trained. It's almost, I want to say, I can't put more emphasis on the men, but we know why. I was about to say, for some reason, when women train, men want to train. But I see it. I'm talking about if a man is in his house and Ominiki, if Baba do a move on me and Ominiki say, let me feel that. Every dude in this house is gonna say, let me feel that, Baba. I don't care if they ever trained or not. It's just the way we set up. We gotta try. We gotta make sure. Oh, she did it. I gotta do it now.
Whenever I want, when I'm brought into a high school to teach, I always will key on a girl first. So I say, anybody want to come up? They'll come. I say, I'm gonna pick a volunteer so I get the girl to come up, and then I get a boy to come up. He choke her or something, and then she puts him on his backside, right? And everybody, oh. So I say, anybody else? Now all the girls want to come up. Now all the boys want to come up now. And that begins the process. Now they're open to being taught, and we can have class.
All right. Hit the like button before we get started.
Now, well, I want to show you just how complicated this character is. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how people be doing that, putting their hands. I don't think you can see it.
Can't see it.
There you go. It's well, you see Ominiki's name, and you see skill, stamina, luck. That's it. Skill, that complicated. Whenever I do any games, I try to make them. And actually, in the book, you don't have 3 stats; you only got 2. But in this one, Ominiki's skill is 10, stamina 22, and luck. Hold on a second. Luck is 5. So remember that, Belay.
All right. Remember all of them or just luck?
All of them. Well, actually, just leave luck blank for now. So
22 and 10.
Right, 10 skill, 22 stamina. So before we did anything, we started off, we made a character, right? Made the character in about 2 minutes. Before starting your adventure, you must first determine your strengths and weaknesses by rolling dice to determine your character's attributes. The character creation system is simple and easy to set up. For this episode, you only need to roll for 3 attributes: skill, stamina, and luck. But in WWOD, you only have 2 attributes: stamina and luck. Character's attributes, what they mean. Skill reflects your survival and combat expertise, as well as other activities such as sneaking, climbing, or dodging. The higher, the better. Ominiki's skill is 10. Okay. Stamina represents your strength. That's 10 out of 12. Okay. Stamina represents your strength. The higher your stamina, the longer you will survive. So it's your strength, it's your physical constitution. Ominiki's stamina is 22. Okay. Luck represents how lucky or unlucky you are. And I that's why I said wait, because I had written it down and I was about to get cheated on me.
The stamina is 22 out of what?
See.
22 out of 24.
Copy that.
Luck represents how lucky or unlucky you are during your adventure. Luck may be involved in the choices you can make and in combat. Ominiki's luck is 12. That's as high as you can get. Note, During your adventure, skill, stamina, and luck will vary.
All right, combat system. When you are told to fight an opponent, you must resolve a battle as described below. How to fight. Roll the 2d6 for the opponent.
Roll.
Added skill. This total is the opponent's attack strength.
Right. So say if the opponent has 7 skill, you roll 2 dice. I just rolled an 8 plus 7. That's 15. You got it? Okay.
All right. And now you roll the 2 dice for yourself. And then you add your current skill, and that will be your attack strength.
So I roll a 6. Just give an example. And Ominiki's skill is 10. That's 26. Okay, so it's 26 versus 15 right now in the example.
If your attack strength is higher, you have wounded the opponent.
Which is what happened.
Right. And of course, if the opponent's attack strength is higher, then your opponent has wounded you. Also, if they are both equal, you have both missed. So you start the next round from step 1. If you wounded the opponent, subtract 2 points from your opponent's stamina. And you may use luck here to do additional damage. And that's our situation.
Right.
And the opposite is true with your opponent. If your opponent wounded you, you subtract 2 from your stamina. And you may use their luck to minimize.
You use your luck
to minimize the damage.
Now, every time you use luck, you subtract 1 from your luck. So you don't want to just use it willy-nilly.
Yeah, Bo.
Number 6.
You make the appropriate changes to either the opponent's or your stamina and your luck if you used it, and begin the next round. And after that, you will repeat steps 1 through 6. This continues until the opponent's stamina or yours has been reduced to 0, which means death.
All right. Avoid combat. In some parts of the game, you may be given the option of escaping from the battle. You may only escape if it is offered to you on the page. If you do run away, the opponent automatically wounds you. Subtract 2 from your stamina as you flee. Of course, you can use luck on this wound in the normal way.
So you say, I ain't trying to fight. This mud too powerful. You run off. You take a hit on your way. And that's how life works a lot of time. If you engage a person, now you can run away and not deal with them at all and not get scared. But once you start fighting, you say, shit, he whooped my ass. And you try to run off, you probably catch a couple of nucks on your way out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
From that person or they people. Right. Now, luck. Sometimes you will be told to test your luck. As you will discover, using luck can be risky, so use it carefully. To test your luck, roll 2d6. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your current luck, you have been lucky. So the first time Ominiki does it, Ominiki got 12 luck. That's going to be automatic. She rolled equal to or less than. Okay, she got it. But then her luck is reduced. If the number rolled is higher than your current luck, you have been unlucky. The consequences of being lucky or unlucky will be stated in the paragraph. Each time you test your luck, you must subtract 1 from your current luck. So first time Ominiki does it, test her luck, is automatic. She got it. It goes down to 11. Next time she tests her luck, if she rolls a 12, she's unlucky. If she rolls 11 or lower, she's lucky. But now it goes down again. Now it goes down to 10. You got me? Yeah. So every time you use it, it's getting lower. So use it sparingly. Using luck in battles. Oh, I'm sorry. That's you, Ominiki.
In battles, you always have the option of using your luck either to inflict more damage to an opponent or to reduce the damage the opponent has just inflicted on you. In both cases, don't forget to subtract 1 point from your luck each time you test your luck. Inflicting more damage. If you have wounded an opponent, you can test your luck as described above. If you are lucky, inflict an extra 2 points of damage. This means reduce 4 points from the opponent's stamina instead of 2 normally. But if you are unlucky, instead of inflicting the normal 2 points of damage, you have now inflicted only 1 and reduce only 1 point from the opponent's stamina. Reduce damage. If the opponent has wounded you, you can test your luck to try to minimize the wound. If you are lucky, the opponent inflicts only 1 point of damage instead of 2. So you subtract only 1 point from your character stamina instead of 2. If you are unlucky, the opponent inflicts 1 extra point of damage. You subtract 3 points of your character stamina instead of 2.
All right, you start this adventure with the bare minimum of equipment. You are armed with a knife and you wear a leather jacket with the Warrior Class logo skillfully etched into it. If you are wounded in combat, roll 1d6. On a roll of 1 to 3, you may reduce the damage dealt by 1 due to the protection of the leather jacket. You also have a purse containing $100. You may obtain other items during your adventure.
All right, so we're starting now. You want this noise to be over. There's a rogue lying on the floor of the watch house, groaning in pain. The watch house is, y'all, we shoot every Saturday there. There at the watch house. And you want, so this rogue is laying on the floor. Old thug criminal mark, right? You're trying to explain to Baba Balogun. Now remember, you're Ominiki. You're trying to explain to Baba Balogun why you had to break his arm. It's 1 a.m. I gotta put up with this fool whining about a silly broken arm, Balogun says. So I can't even hear my tea kettle whistle so I can make my mushroom coffee, he spits out. You almost regret catching the man. You are Warrior Class's top investigator for the BPM Liberation Coalition, and the whimpering figure before you was a kind man. He was trying to sell land to 2 different commanding cadre, which is bad enough, but it's worse when he didn't even own the land in the first place. It has taken you a week to collect the paperwork and evidence needed to prove that this man is a fraud. You found one of his disguises and several letters to different people of him claiming to be realtor Rashawn Render, a man who recently died. First, the man tried to run. When you caught up with him, he tried to resist. That's how he got his arm broken. Baba Balogun has not been in a good mood since Here Doctor arrived in the Warrior Class compound 2 days ago. He is carrying a mixtape on a thumb drive as a present for the mayor, Marimba Baraka. Here Doctor carries a letter from the BPM commanding cadre ordering that the bearer should have anything he requires and should be heavily guarded. Since he arrived, he has been the honored guest of Mayor Marimba Baraka and constantly surrounded by 6 well-armed BPM Liberation Coalition executive protection specialists. You have even guarded him yourself a couple of times, Ominiki. It's an easy job. The man barely leaves the house except to go to the shops. He stopped here to rest and to purchase new tires from Poochie Simmons, the mechanic. He is planning on leaving first thing tomorrow, much to Balogun's and therefore your relief. Oluko Bile, Oluko means teacher. Oluko Bile rushes in, tripping over the wailing con man. Baba, he spurts out. Here Doctor has been murdered.
Oh, Lord. Ominiki?
You're muted, Ominiki. You're muted, Ominiki.
Excuse me.
All right, there you go.
You and Balagoon look at each other. You can't believe it. The old but shockingly handsome war chief looks more irritated than shocked. I guess we should investigate, he sighs. With that, he kicks the con man in the head, knocking him out, and motions for you and Belay to go investigate. You run the large house.
Number 1. So this is number 1. Remember
number
the
1.
1, because you may have to go back to 1 or 10 or.
Yeah, Bo. So number 1, you run to the large house of Marimba Baraka. When you get there, you find the rotund mayor in her foyer, wearing silk pajamas and a bonnet and gasping in a hysterical manner. James, I don't know if, James, a warrior class warrior, is trying to calm her down. Balagoon,
James.
huh?
They all know James.
Right. Balagoon drives up in his chromed out Harley chopper, pops off, and takes an instant to acknowledge that the mayor is not dead before calling out to another warrior. You there, Sugar Booger 7. Are there any other casualties? No, Baba, Sugar Booger 7 replies. Here, Doctor's thumb drive has been stolen, though. Damn it, Balagoon shouts. You run outside when you hear his powerful, rich voice. Like if James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman's voices had a baby. Or like Grady, like I Manifesto said. He turns to you. Get on with this and make sure you get that thumb drive. I hate having the command cadre on my back. Balagoon gathers the guards, then storms over to the mayor, who has come outside, hoping to at least get a glance at the war chief.
I just want to say this story right here. Out of all you wrote 127 books. Out of all the books, this one has inspired me to write books. I'm gonna write some books. I gotta write some shit. I gotta get back this shit. I gotta write some shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right, and that's a shame. Let me just say. Oh my goodness. While the mayor talks to Balagoon, you establish that she had all the points of the house under watch all the time since Here Doctor had arrived. None of the guards had deserted their posts, and no one heard anything. You ask them to show you the crime scene. James takes you upstairs to the Here Doctor's room. There is a bed in which Here Doctor lies. His throat has been slit and blood stains on the white sheets. A karambit knife lays by the bed on the nightstand. You notice there is an open box by the bed too. It has a complicated lock, but it did not help as the box has been forced open. Apart from the karambit and the forced box, the furnishing of the room seems completely normal. Nothing has been disturbed or broken. You pick up the karambit, add the knife to your character sheet. As you do, Balagoon joins you. The mayor didn't hear or see nothing. Not surprising considering her drinking habits. This place looks tidy for a murder scene. You agree that the killer has left very little for you to go on, and you ponder what your next move will be. If you go to Poochie Simmons, the mechanic, to figure out who would have made the box's lock, go to 21. You could also visit a racist part of town, find some white supremacists, and bust some heads to the white meat to extract some information. Go to 4. I vote we go to 4.
So we can go to 21 or we can go to 4. The physical Ominiki has elected 4.
I put my vote in for 4.
Don't the audience?
Germ says bust heads. You like my music? Want to want to bang on the white supremacists also.
We just talked
Okay,
about
so
it.
you don't like my music is for anybody else?
And Germ.
Don't be bullied into thinking we have to choose violence, y'all.
Germ said bust heads.
What's up, I Manifesto?
Damn.
Eugene.
Eugene Mason said me too. Which one you want, I Manifesto? You want to go to Poochie Simmons, the mechanic, to figure out who could have made the boxes lock? Let's go to 21. Or you want to bust some heads to the white meat? That's number 4.
Y'all are violent, and I'm
look like number 4 is winning. So we're going to go to 4. All right. So number 4.
It's not lamb behavior. I'm just going to tell y'all. That's not lamb behavior.
That's whirlwind of death behavior.
Yeah, that's the whirlwind of yes. I Manifesto said Poochie. Jadarian said whatever the crew with, I'm with it. So number 4. All right.
That's right, Jadarian.
You head down the winding back streets in Atlanta to Cabbage Town, where people are chatting, drinking, and fighting.
Cabbage Town.
It's 3 a.m, but it seems like an active time for them. Cabbage Town is a real
it's a real place.
Atlanta. You spot Cody Christ, internet troll, and notorious snitch. He notices that you spotted him, curses, whirls on his heels, and hauls ass, only stopping when he runs down a dead-end street. He curses again and turns to face you, his fist raised. You slam your elbow into his face. He falls as blood erupts from his nose and flies into the air. Murder and robbery at the mayor's, you shout. I want names. Give me names. I don't know nothing, Ominika. Cries. You drag him up by the scruff of his neck. It's Ominiki, you Rugu. Omi, me. You punch him in the gut with each syllable. You know I'm bad with them jungle bun African names, Cody says. I ain't got no info. Cody tries to wriggle free. You rip out a chunk of his blonde hair with your teeth and spit it in his face. I mean, he ain't playing. Okay. He says, just take his scalp. A couple of guys said that they wanted to rob a rich 13 weeks ago. They called him 13, not me. They were boasting about robbing him in the motel. Cody gives you the address of the men. You throw him to the ground. Hey, don't I get a little something for helping out? He shouts. I'm sorry, you reply. Here you go. You drive the heel of your boot into his face, and he crumples to the ground. If you want to find these robbers, go to 7. If you want to visit the mechanic, go to 21. So which one y'all want to do? Ominiki already and bust some heads?
Right.
Ass. So y'all want to go to 7 or you want to go to 21?
Wow, so Cabbage Town is the richest neighborhood next to us in Toronto. That's what You Don't Like My Music said.
Wow.
She's like the equalizer.
It's more middle class here and
where I'm from,
there's
Cabbage,
lots of restaurants in Cabbage Town too.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, cabbage means a junkie that sells their sex for drugs.
Wow.
Get out.
Yep, where I'm from, it's cabbage. It's a cabbage.
We ain't going to that town.
Right. So Cabbage Town, that's a whole different.
They said you like the equalizer on Ominiki, the hair
Damn,
bite.
all 7s?
7.
We want to keep busting heads. I want to keep busting heads too. Also, though, I think we'll have time to go to the mechanic at some point. But since we're getting these clues, we might as well move on to the next clue.
Okay, so you come. Oh, this is you, Ominiki, reading this one.
Oh,
number 7.
You come to a derelict hovel. You can hear men whispering inside. The door is hanging off its hinges, so you storm in, brandishing your knife. There are 3 filthy men in rags sitting around a table with a candle on it. They look at you in surprise. Before they can react, you bring the pommel of your knife down on the head of the nearest man. He crashes to the floor. The other 2 men draw broken beer bottles and lunge at you in desperation. Fight them both at the same time. Shady thief.
That's Shady Thief got skill 5, stamina 8.
Right. And Cutthroat, skill 7,
stamina 5.
stamina
All
5.
right. So we're about to do that now.
New members, the pommel of a knife. If this is the knife right here, then
that's the pommel right there.
You want pommel on.
That's what she bust him in the head with. Bah!
Yep. Bah. Or bah. Either way.
And the fight was on.
Bah.
She should have hit him in his collarbone so he wouldn't be able to fight, but lift his bottle. But she bust that head.
She's still moving up in the ranks, so she's still getting there. She did something. She did something. You know what I mean?
So now the battle goes on. So first, Ominiki is going to attack. She got a skill 10. Well, hers is 9. I rolled a 9 plus 10. That's 19. So the Shady Thief, skill 5, rolled a 6. That's 11. Remember, Ominiki got 19. So the Shady Thief got 11. The Cutthroat got 4. That's 11 also. So Ominiki hits them both. They miss her. So they both got 2 subtracted. So Shady Thief is now 6. Somebody write that down.
I got you.
And Cutthroat is now 3.
Got you.
So next, we roll again. Ominiki, 3 plus 10, that's 13. Shady Thief, 8 plus 5, that's 13. They equal. And Cutthroat, 7 plus 5, that's 12. So Ominiki, Cutthroat was 3. He's now down to 2. I mean, no, he lost 2. He's down to 1 point of stamina. Ominiki and the Shady Thief, they missed each other.
Right, so he's still a 6.
Right. So now again, Ominiki, 5 plus 10, 15. Shady Thief, 11. Woo!
Oh, boy.
That's 16. And Cutthroat, 6 plus 7 is 13. So Cutthroat is dead.
He's out of there.
Ominiki cut him up. She cut Cutthroat in his throat. Shady Thief, she misses him, but he hits her. So now Ominiki's stamina is 20.
Okay. Got you.
All right. So you're going to try to run from the fight, Ominiki? Are we running from the fight or are we continuing the fight? I think we probably going to continue.
Oh, yes.
That's the crowd. They got to decide what y'all got.
Oh, right.
Y'all want to run or you want to continue?
He done cut it. You saw that it was a good battle for a minute. Top, pop. He done got the cut off.
You got the cut out, yep.
What's going to happen now? He stepped off the line, got that number 2 all caught in the. What y'all gonna do?
Kill or be killed is the ultimate human dilemma. Right.
That's very philosophical. You don't like my music.
Continue.
What we gonna do?
What's your vote?
Yeah, we need a vote.
Whatever. All right, so
philosophy.
Okay, I manifesto.
Yeah, let's
continue
do it.
One. I'm taking Cutthroat's weapon. Okay, so I guess moving. That continue.
Oh, somebody, Jeremy said keep moving. Now you mean keep whooping that fighting, or you mean breaking out?
We got to continue. Take the weapon forward. Eugene said forward. Keep moving. I think they saying keep it going. No, all keep right. Moving might be. We got to decipher that. What you mean keep moving? Fight.
Right. Fight. Okay.
Fight.
So we go for the fight. So here's Ominiki. 11 plus 10. That's 21. Nice. Shady Thief.
She got the 9.
5 fight. Plus 5. That's 10. So he missed. Now he was at what? What was his? 6?
Yeah.
So now he's at 4.
We'll drop him down. Okay.
Once again, Ominiki, 5. That's 15. Not Cutthroat. Shady Thief. Woo. 10.
Woo.
That's 15. So they both 15. They missed.
They keep missing each other.
So they
Stepping off the line. They both stepping off.
They tapping with each other. You know, moving off.
I don't know. They looking really. They looking mighty equal so far. They've been looking really equal. What y'all want to do?
With the Shady Thief, Ominiki's 9. That's 19. Shady Thief, 6. That's 11. Ominiki hits him again. He's down to 2.
So he was at a 4. Now he had a 2.
Yes.
He getting weak.
Yeah, he's out of here.
He getting a little weak now.
Last one, Ominiki 10. That's 20.
Oh no.
Cutthroat 8. That's 15. Ominiki takes him out too. Hits his throat, stabs him up under his ribs, and hits his heart. Then headbutts him, knocks him down just for.
Got him. Got him.
Takes him out.
We got him.
So since you won, you can
If
go ahead
you
and win.
If you win, you find some tax money that had been stolen from a tax collector who was beaten up and robbed recently. You drag the unconscious or dead thief back to Warrior Class with the bag of money. You hand over the cash to Balagoon and wait for the hand over the cash to Balagoon.
So Balagoon gets the cash, and then he just touches the guy's chest, pushes in, in the right spot, and the guy kind of wakes up briefly.
When he does, you interrogate him. It takes a very little time for him to explain the plan. The gang was going to land 3 miles north of Warrior Class. They knew that it was deserted because its owner had recently died, and his relatives have not moved in yet. This man knows nothing about the thumb drive. You let him pass, and by the time this is done, it's dawn and your shift is over. So from there, we go to 14.
All right. He just killed the folk.
Yeah. After a hard day's work, you have finished. You may visit the wise woman for some healing shrooms. They will cost $400 and restore 4 stamina points. Then you go home and sleep.
So I guess that's a question. Do we get the shrooms, y'all?
We still have $400, right? Yeah.
We don't have $400 yet.
Oh well.
We can ask Baba for some of that tax money.
You go home and go sleep. Okay, so we 18 now.
I gotta take care of the people.
All right. So you are awake. You're woken up by a bang at the door. Cursing, you fling it open to find another warrior class warrior. The mayor's been attacked, he exclaims. He barely gives you time to get your uniform and armor on before you're running through the streets to the mayor's house.
That Warrior Class Warrior, that was I Manifesto.
Okay. Soldiers are dotted around, searching for clues. You approach the broken front door and notice that it has been smashed from the inside, not the outside. There's also no other point where the door or window has been forced open. The mayor is sitting in the parlor with Baba Balagoon. She is groggy and nursing her head. Questioning reveals that she was hit on the back of the head and did not see her attacker. The weapon, however, leaves little doubt to the attacker. It is a mechanic's wrench. All this time, y'all been beating up the white man. You and 3 warriors immediately go to Poochie Simmons' house and take him in. If you found the thumb drive, go to 22. Did we find the thumb drive?
Which we have not.
We have not. If not, soldiers search the house and find the green thumb drive in the fire grate. Bubbles is hysterical. We don't.
That's Bubbles is Poochie's wife.
Okay, and pleads innocence. We go to 22.
All right. You are getting sick of this. Poochie Simmons pleads innocent repeatedly, no matter what you say. I ain't done nothing. I ain't killed nobody. I don't know how they get my wrench. I don't know nothing. You finally get a story from him. he was visiting Rashawn Render's land today because he is going to move there soon and take over his dead brother's business. So Rashawn and Poochie are brothers. Okay.
Rashad Ritchie or Rashawn Render?
Rashawn Render.
Oh, okay. I thought talking about
Rashawn is the first name of DJ Envy, and Render is the last name of Mike Render, also known as Killer Mike.
Okay, I thought Rashad Ritchie is the dude, the voice, dude to be on W1380. Okay, the talk radio show. But okay,
nah, this is Rashawn Render.
Rashawn Render, gotcha.
Poochie Simmons is his brother, who they're saying, you know, they think he killed him. You finally get a story from him. He was visiting Rashawn Render's land today because he's going to move there soon and take over his dead brother's business. Okay. You know that Rashawn Render died in an accident on the land. The conditions for his death may be innocent, but Poochie Simmons is definitely up to something. However, he is not cracking. If you get Jackie Lukman, the street shaman, to use her power to make the mechanics spill the beans, go to 16. If you search the mayor's house, go to 12.
Okay. So this is cool. All right, let's go to 12. Back up to 12.
I want to go to 12, the mayor's house, or you want to go to Jackie Lukman, the street shaman, to use her power to make the mechanics spill the beans.
Oh, they asking us. I thought if we haven't done that, we supposed
No. So they're asking which one you want to do.
Jerm votes for 16.
Jerm said 16. If you search the mayor's house, go to 12. If you want to go to the street shaman, Jackie Lukman, go to 16.
But we
did 16.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so go to
16. 16. You know, like my music, do you have an actual vote?
Haitian Brothers runs deepest. We've known this. You know, you don't like my music is a philosophical.
Especially today.
So number 16.
All right.
We could have been gone to Pookie. Exactly. I manifesto. You don't like my, you said nope, I trust y'all. So number 16. Jackie Lukman, like most shamans, is a bit eccentric. She does, however, still need to. I'm laughing because I'm just seeing Ominiki biting out the dude's hair. Expected in his face. Oh my God. Jackie Lukman, like most shamans, is a bit eccentric. She does, however, still need to eat and performs divinations and root work for BPM for a price. You find the small but powerful woman on her doorstep talking to a dog. Good day to you, Jackie, you say. Good morning to you, the shaman replies. It's a good day to be African. What can I do for you? You explain the situation to her. You think, she says, you think Jackie is your ally. But I was born as her, molded by her. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. In my opinion, it was nothing to me but blinding.
I literally watched that earlier this week.
Wow. She's a woman. So if you don't get the reference, look at some of the Batman films.
Right, yeah. Maybe, especially that third one.
I'm so sick of this shit.
You think Jackie is your ally. But I was born as her. Molded by her.
Oh my goodness.
A little eccentric. I didn't see the light until I was already a woman, and by then it was nothing to me but blinding. Okay, you croon, as your eyes dart back and forth.
Oh my goodness.
Just need to delve into this man's mind for a bit to divine the truth. Should be no trouble, Jackie says. She takes a few moments to collect some spiritual paraphernalia before you both head to the watch house. When you both get there, Jackie Lukman stands behind a puzzled Poochie Simmons, holds her hand over his head, closes her eyes, and starts to mumble. She runs her hand over Poochie Simmons for a few minutes before her eyes flick open. He's telling the truth, Jackie Lukman exclaims. You can't feel as happy with the result. You can't feel as happy with the result, but there is something else here. It is like there's someone connected to the mechanic, like a spirit. Instead of finishing her sentence, She rummages through her bag and pulls out a Y-shaped piece of metal. We will use this to detect the supernatural being. You got nothing else going on, so you go along with the eccentric shaman's plan. The Y-shaped piece of metal waves about in Jackie Lukman's hands, and you follow her. At first, you think that she is doing it herself, but your skepticism is doused when you are taken to the mayor's house. You circle it. A window around the back of the house of the ground floor has been smashed. That definitely wasn't there before. You then go upstairs. As you approach the bedroom where Here Doctor was killed, the Y-shaped wire swings toward the bed. Look out, Jackie Lukman shouts, just as a chair flies out of the bedroom. You both duck and it clatters downstairs. Then a meat cleaver comes flying toward you. The shaman shouts out that it is a poltergeist and that it cannot be killed with a knife. Fight until you win an attack round, then you are able to disengage from it. So it cannot be killed with a knife, so you got to use them fists. Poltergeist, skill 9.
Uh-oh.
Stamina 0. When you win an attack round, go to 9. So in the room, you have the Y-shaped piece of metal. Okay. It's silver. The meat cleaver just flew at you, but blades ain't gonna work on it. So you gotta fight. When you win, go to 9. So, well, I was gonna say, do you fight or do you run? You can run.
You know they ain't running. We might as well go ahead to 9.
Ominiki rolls a 12. Let me see. It's number, and the poltergeist rolls a 2.
I'll be right back.
11 versus 22. Ominiki does no damage, but she loses 2 stamina.
Uh-oh. Down to 18.
Next round, Ominiki rolls a 9. That's 19. The poltergeist rolls a 3. That's 12. Ominiki does no damage. She loses 2.
How she ain't doing no damage?
It's a poltergeist. A ghost. Knives ain't gonna do it. Fists ain't either. Obviously.
Hey, so hold on. So I feel like after each roll, they should choose if they want to still engage or not, shouldn't they?
No, we can engage now. Peace, Sugar Booger. You just missed. You were one of the warriors that was there when the Here Doctor was taken out.
Yep, sure was.
All right, so what y'all gonna do? Run or continue to fight? Sorry, I said we need to run.
I think you might be right there, buddy.
So we're gonna test her luck.
We need to get about 3 more votes in. What we doing, y'all?
We're gonna run or we're gonna stay.
I'm talking.
Darian said run. Anybody else go for running? For whatever. Eugene Mason say run. So we're gonna
run. Germ's saying run.
Who?
I think Germ is saying run.
Yeah, Germ said agree, run. Yeah.
You don't like my music? Finally says run. Okay.
Okay. Run for the hill. All right. So testing the luck. 12. If we run, go below it, we run. If not, we're unlucky. We got an 8. So we run, but take off 2 more stamina. Man, what's she down to now?
16.
Wow. Okay. So we go to number 9.
All right. Jackie Luqman shouts, "Run!" You both run down the stairs. Pursued by the cleaver-wielding poltergeist, you run out the door and it stops. The poltergeist throws the cleaver at you, but Jackie Luqman gestures and the blade strikes an invisible barrier. You go back to the watch house. There, Jackie Luqman explains that the spirit is a poltergeist which has been evoked as it was a victim of a brutal murder. She says that she will be able to identify the spirit in a seance that she can do tonight. After having been attacked by a flying cleaver, you heartily agree that the spirit should be put to rest. Later that night, you arrive at Jackie Luqman's house to find out that the seance has been set up in her front room. There's a circular table, a pentagram, a wand, a chalice of holy water, and a silver claw hammer. There are 3 other people: the wise woman, Jackie Luqman's apprentice, and Reverend Roland Cheddar. Reverend Roland Cheddar. You stand and watch. They all join hands around the table, and Jackie Luqman starts to chant. The temperature drops, and you hear a thumbing in your head. Shapes start to materialize before you. Then Bubbles, the mechanic's wife, bursts into the room. With a scream, she lunges at the seance. You rush to stop her. Test your luck. If you're unlucky, go to 8. If you're lucky, you block her, grab her, and take her to the BPM holding cell.
All right, so we're going to do that first.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an 8. Her luck is 12. No, yeah, I rolled an 8. So
who luck is? Oh, right,
no,
right.
her luck. So I tested her luck before. Her luck was down to 11, but she still passed it. So now her luck is 10.
Okay.
All right. So you block her, grab her, and take her to the BPM holding cell. Okay, you can go on.
When you have her locked up, you turn around to find Jackie Luqman standing before you. She tells you that the poltergeist is Rashawn Render, the realtor and the mechanic's brother. He was murdered because he was richer than the mechanic who was jealous of him. Rashawn Render inherited the land from their father because he was the favorite. Now he was trying to get justice by framing the mechanic in the murder of the messenger and the thief of the thumb drive. Go to 17.
All right, and this is not beer. This is water, y'all. I'll hide the brand. You have seen it, but that's water. It's not beer.
Ominiki's not back yet, so I'm going to read where we going to at 17.
She's back.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
She had to get her toddy.
That is not mushroom coffee. That is actual coffee.
Uh-oh.
All right, number 17. Excuse me, y'all.
That's a natural light? No, I'm just kidding, bro. That feels like a natural light.
Your instincts were right all along. The mechanic was a murderer. You sprint to his house to finally put the man behind bars, but you find it deserted. Cursing, you search the house in an attempt to find a clue to where he has gone. Test your luck. If you are lucky, go to 10. If you are unlucky, you find nothing. Go to 23.
I'm sorry, I meant that can looks like.
All right, I just rolled a 10, and your luck is 10. Now it goes down to 9. So we go to 10. That's interesting. 10, 10, 10. All right. 10. Okay, it's on me. You find some parchments in a drawer in the kitchen. They look important, but they are written in Christian. So you take them back to the watch house for Jackie Luqman to read.
Hold up, Baba. They written in what?
Christian.
I can't keep doing this shit,
So you take them back to the watch house with Jackie Lukemine to read. She tells you that they are the details of Rashawn Render's land, which has been left to Poochie Simmons. The land is 3 miles north of Warrior Class. You thank the shaman, and when she offers to teach you to read, Christian, you once again tell her that you are too busy.
Hell no.
23.
We gonna ban that mushroom tea if this is the kind of shit you gonna be doing.
Number 23. Where has the mechanic gone? If you have an idea of where he might be hiding, you will know how many miles away he is. If you do, subtract the number of miles from this paragraph and go to that paragraph. If you do not know where the mechanic is hiding, you search the town but do not find him. By the end of the day, you give up on ever finding him. He's got away with murder, and his brother's spirit cannot rest.
Wow.
If you have an idea where he might be hiding, you will know how many miles away he is. If you do, subtract the number of miles from this paragraph and go to that paragraph. Y'all should have been listening.
I was not able to listen to the story fully because some of the details they still in my head. It started with I wasn't visualizing nothing until Ominiki bit the dude. Was the hair blonde? He was blonde.
Yeah, he's blonde. Yeah.
I was about to say I see the blonde, so it must have been blonde hair. So I mean, ever since she bit the dude hair out of his head, I've been all fucked up over here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It went from there to all type of shit. This dude.
Does anyone know? Has anyone been paying attention?
Anybody remember the miles?
Somebody throw something up there. Somebody, what we got? Was you paying attention or was you watching the woman in the red dress? Do y'all know what that's about? I got caught watching the woman in the red dress.
Y'all got caught with Ominiki biting the hair out of the dude's head.
I almost feel like
Darian says 3. So Darian says 3. Let's see. So that means we will go to 20.
Okay, Darian.
Because I don't think you should give the answer, Baba, for future people watching this show. I think they should put it in the comment section.
Well, I didn't say it was right. I said he said 3.
No, I'm just saying if he's wrong. Yeah, if he ain't right, we shouldn't get the right answer.
So we got to get a right answer. So
I think we should
set out for the land immediately. When you get there, you search the barn and the animal pens only to find nothing. So they had to go through the whole show to get it anyway. So, the farmhouse is the only place left. You notice a dim light in the front of the farmhouse. So that was pretty good to Darian. He went backwards and looked at it real quick.
He paid attention to something.
If you wish to enter by the front, go to 5. If you wish to creep around the back, go to 13.
So what do y'all vote for? 5 or 13? 5 in the front.
Into the front, go to 5, or you want to creep around the back, go to 13.
I'm gonna say 13.
You don't have no vote.
I am the actual Ominiki.
Miss Whirlwind, you do not have no vote. What y'all doing now? What y'all doing? We got 13.
You don't like my music time?
We got 13. We got 30. We got a 5. We got a 5.
We got another 13. Darren says 13.
We got Emmanuel. Okay, all right. What we got? So
okay, so it looks like going once, going twice.
All right, let's go down to 13.
13. All right. So y'all sneaking. All right, let's see. Who is 13? Who's reading that? Oh, me. Okay. You sneak around and try to open the back door quietly. There's a bark in the garden. The land's guard dog is running to you, running to attack you. You must fight. And its bark sounds kind of like Grady, but a dog. Okay, the guard dog skill is 6, stamina is 5. Okay. So Ominiki 8. That's 18. Guard dog 10. That's 16. Ominiki hits the guard dog. It has 3 stamina left. Ominiki, 11. That's 21. Guard dog, 8. That's 14. Ominiki does 2 more. The dog has 1. It starts to circle you.
Going in for that last strike.
Man, we haven't used luck yet.
Oh, yes, we have. Why
we
you
have
the poltergeist? And a lot of times it'll say just test your luck.
Oh, okay.
That's 5. Ominiki, that's 15. Guard dog, 7. That's 13. The guard dog drops. Shaking. And then it gives you like real sad puppy eyes. Where you remember it all the way, and then it goes.
Ominiki is not getting her ass bit. Ominiki is killing the dog.
No, the dog is dead. You were clearly not paying attention. You don't like my music.
If you win and the battle took 3 or fewer combat rounds. Oh, also, I got to say this real quick. You don't like my music was at his top a few ago. He said everybody in the world was drunk.
I saw that.
I saw that.
We got coffee.
Caffeine.
Yeah. The whole world was drunk 24/7.
So now, shout out to coffee. But I'd have to really research that one.
I've heard that before.
Everybody on Earth was just drunk.
Well, no, but that was I guess between water and alcohol was safer to drink in a lot of places.
Shit, now.
So people drank a lot of liquor until coffee came around as another, I guess, safer alternative.
Still making coffee with water.
That's true. And you're boiling it, so you're concentrating whatever impurities are in it.
Yeah, so it's kind of questionable.
Yeah.
Piece of manual Briggs, piece of Jax, no one.
If you win the battle, took 3 or fewer combat rounds.
I think we did 3.
We're on 2, so we got to go to 2.
Okay.
That's you again, Baba.
All right. Let's see here. As you dispatch the dog, you notice the mechanic making a run for it. You chase him. Test your stamina. If you fail, go to 6. If you succeed, you catch up with him.
All right, let's do it.
So let's see here. Your stamina is 16. Let's test that move. Got an 8. So
alcohol was only safer to drink in Europe. In other places, it's okay. I'm just kidding.
Europeans have beer all day, every day. Yeah, I used to too. I used to have it all day, every day. So, if you succeed, you catch up with the mechanic and strike him with the flying knee, sending him sprawling onto the ground. So you're behind him. You hit him in his kidney with a flying knee, and your knee goes about 3 inches into his back, damaging his kidney but not rupturing it. And then he falls down. You knock him out with a blow to the head. So once he hits the ground, you stomp on his head, knock him out. Go to 20.
I gotta say, I feel like this game is definitely capturing my spirit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby.
I agree.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Yeah.
Honored.
25 is you, Bob.
All right. Poochie Simmons is thrown into jail, and the next day he is tried and found guilty for murder. He had convinced everyone that Rashawn Render had been kicked in the head by a horse, whereas he had beaten him to death with a horseshoe. It wasn't a wrench, but it was actually a horseshoe. His wife had provided an alibi for him, and she is found guilty for obstructing the law. They had done it for the land, which had been a source of contention between the brothers. Rashawn Render had spent his life on the land and was the obvious choice to inherit it, but Poochie Simmons had become envious of it over the years. After the judge gives his sentence, you and Jackie Lukman leave the court to be confronted by the spirit of Rashawn Render. He is smiling. Gradually, the spirit fades away, happy that justice has been restored. Now, Jackie Lukman said he didn't do it.
Wait a minute.
So we got to question her skills.
right. Her divination skills were kind of lacking. Jackie,
but only in the game.
right? She's a cold speaker,
Mm-mm-mm.
but her divination skills were kind of lacking there. But
Mhm.
no, so there's another part of the game
I already knew.
where actually Rashawn Render's ghost was setting his brother up as the murderer, because he was. Well, I won't go into the whole.
Yeah, I'm about to say don't tell it because I know some of them get in the book and they can have a whole
we-
other story.
Yeah, now in the book it's a different story though.
Okay, cool.
But so the reason why Jackie was like, yeah, he did, because there is one where the ghost sets up his brother. Sets up Poochie. So even in the ghostly world, you got, snitches and you got folks that'll set you up.
Haters.
You got to keep your head on the swivel wherever you at.
You're getting set up on the spirit realm. It's cold out here. It's just cold. It's cold above and below, guys.
Right. And that's my point. Wherever you at, keep your head on the swivel because it's cold out here.
Well.
Okay. So that is similar to how the last chapter goes. Okay. But it's definitely more testing your skills, what you have learned in the book. Okay.
Yeah, Paul.
That's a great book. I want to urge y'all, man, while we got this time, just real quick before we sign out of here, I just want to urge y'all to take the necessary steps to take this further, to really apply this stuff, really train, man. Many of y'all should have tools by now at this point. Many of y'all, if you don't want to order a practice knife, you can go on any little one of these order sites that you order stuff off of without me promoting them. And you can get your
an Army Navy store near you.
Yeah, you can get you a practice knife and you can start practicing deployment, pulling it out and getting it ready before you actually get a real blade. If you don't want to get a real blade, we've talked about children and young folks, get the pocket shark, get something like that, get the flashlight and actually train with it. Otherwise, y'all on some armchair shit, man. I don't want y'all to be like that. I want y'all to be active and executing. The number one problem we have as humans, Black people especially, is execution. We talk about this shit, we strategize, prophesize. We go to rallies. We have all these pep rallies that we call
intellectualize.
Yeah, we don't execute, man. We don't execute.
Now, this is a tall can. It's a tall can of Warrior. Now, a Warrior. Let me say, with the, because somebody you don't like my you say you need a trustful partner to really train well, though, right? Yes. However, until then, don't let that be an excuse.
No. You
get a training knife or you get a knife. Get one similar to what you're going to carry. So if you get a training knife. So if you're going to carry a folding knife, look on the internet, those sites where you can order stuff from. I won't name them, but there's two major ones you can order from. You can get, if you want a folder, you can get a training folder. So you can pull it out. You can flick it to open it, deploy it. And then you're going to have to go to a real folder. A folder is a folding knife, right? So you take a folder, you pull it out, and there are several ways to open it, and that will be our next episode. The 18th, Coco's going to be with us. By next episode, let's do no, we can't yet. We'll do that in January as a celebration coming back. We'll do a knife folding, but you're going to have to practice different ways. We did it either on the Remix Morning Show or an episode, but it's time to do that again, how to deploy the knife properly. So several ways to open a knife, and we'll deal with those, whether you should have a folder, whether you should have a fixed blade knife. We'll deal with all those things. If you plan on carrying a fixed blade, buy yourself a fixed blade trainer so you can work on pulling that.
Yeah, well.
But like Belay said, before that period, just work on pulling a pocket shark out your pocket. And if that's what you're going to carry, definitely train with that. So to deploy things, to have it in your pocket is one thing. To pull it out is another thing. To deploy it, which means it's ready to work, is a whole nother thing. So work on putting it in your, taking it out, putting it in your pocket without using your eyes to look at it first. You're doing like that, you're not ready to deploy that tool. So first do that.
You don't need a partner for that.
On both sides, 100, 200 times more if you're feeling froggy.
You don't
now
need a partner
pull
for
it. Pull it. Work on pulling it fast. Pull it fast. Work on pulling it fast and then putting it back in your pocket, controlled without looking.
You don't need a
pull
partner
it without looking at your pocket. Put it back in without looking at your pocket. Now, once you got that, 500 times, 1,000 times. Now pull and deploy. You should be able to do that within a second. Put it back up. Pull and deploy. You're able to do that in a second. Put it up. You're not going to be able to do it in a second at first. Keep working. Maybe 5 seconds. That's a long time. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. You get it down to 1 second. You know you're ready. Somebody pushes you. You block them off. Hit them. Knock them back. Draw. Right? You deploy that tool. That gives you time to deploy your tool. You'll know if somebody's coming at you, punching you in the face, do not try to pull your tool in. You could be unconscious and never get the tool out. So you got to stop them. Boom, right? Knock them back. Go for your tool, pull it, deploy it. Now your tool's ready to go. So that's another level of training, right?
You don't need a partner for a lot of this stuff.
And so you don't need, not one time you need a partner right there. And then you go to the real tool and you work with it in a very controlled, slow manner at first, drawing and everything. Then you start to deploy that in a second, the real one. Close it up, put it back in. Or if it's a fixed blade, you deploy it, put it back in the sheath. That's all by yourself. You don't like my music. You ain't got to a point where you're working. Now, when you start working with the person, you do not pull out that live blade. You take a training blade and y'all work together. And we'll deal with that in an episode too.
Only on the Patreon when we show what to do with the knife work.
yeah. We'll do that. Setting up the Patreon is hell for me. And I'll talk about that one day, but we should have it done probably after Ogun Festival.
Don't leave it to me.
Cause if one of y'all want to take up the mantle, but golly. So I set up the Warrior Class 7. You'd be surprised. I mean, it's 6 other people got Warrior Class for emails. I said Gmails. I set up the Warrior Class 7 Gmail, 77 actually, 77. And so I'll send you all the passwords for that. If anybody wants to, and that allow you to be able to get into the see, I'm forgetting the name right that quick. The Patreon.
Okay.
And you can.
Oh, cool.
Y'all can tweak that because
great.
I'm like, man, what? Maybe it just seems too simple. I'm like, got to be something else I got to do here. So.
Oh wow. Okay. Good. I'm gonna get our producer for hire to come over and see what he know about it.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Supposed to come by today.
I'll send it this evening to you.
Cool.
Yeah, a tall can of Warrior Whoop Ass. Now that would be a dope drink. Warrior Whoop Ass. And
I like it.
And it will look like a tall can, but when people crack it open, it's water. We got
tea.
2 types. It'd be water or it'd be herbal tea.
I like it.
So, and actually, these folks make water, sparkling water. They started with just the water. And water in the can is actually better for you than in a plastic bottle, by the way. Glass is better than both. But you rarely get water in glass now. But so they started with the water, then they went to sparkling water, and then they went to tea. So they got peach tea, regular black tea, and it's all with alkaline water. peach tea, regular black tea, and another type of tea.
Get ready for it, Jay.
When they use agave to sweeten it.
Yeah, they use agave. My daughters, I bought them a case of the peach tea. They love it. This is usually the only water I drink. I'm not advertising for them. I'm just letting you know for me. So I'm a heavy water drinker, and this is the only water I've been able to like just kill the bottle and my stomach don't hurt. I normally kill a can of this, and I could drink another can right now. I just killed that can. That was full. I could drink another can right now.
Good.
And
speaking of which,
be good. So, but now Ominiki came in with the coffee. Now I got to make me some mushroom coffee. See how?
Sorry, it's been a long week.
But whip some of this. Makes the coffee taste good too. I hate saying that. It's just the truth because damn, I want to advertise for them unless they want to sponsor Warrior Class, a little bit.
They could make a whirlwind of death.
Boom.
Yeah. I like their sparkling water. So
it's liquid D anyway.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
The whirlwind of death brand. Oh my God. You better now. We better not see that, y'all. They come out whirlwind of death, and it'd be
go after these sponsors as we clean up our. You see, as we clean up things, we're gonna start going after it. We got to go after it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and there's a couple of guests that were reached out to that didn't even answer us back. My memory's long. My memory's long. So unless you become,
I think I know of
unless you become one of the biggest stars on the planet in film, but then we had you on here that'll get our numbers up.
Yeah, that's okay.
And tearing to you if you got bad politics. But
you got Kevin Hart and Denzel coming up in about a couple months, so
now
I wasn't supposed to tell y'all,
Yeah, Denzel. Now, if Kevin Hart comes on here, I'm gonna have to smash on him a little bit for his politics. But I actually Belay sent me something with him that was hilarious. But it was my kind of humor. It's that deadpan, humor. It's just funny. It was funny. The part that Belay was trying to show me, I picked up that quick, but the whole thing, I'm looking at it, is his reaction to the host was just.
Matter of fact, I don't mind saying that. Do you mind if I say what that was? Because I want that dude to be good, successful. I'm good with that.
Sure.
That was Funny Marco, y'all. Check out his show. He's really good. And I'm saying that because the industry tried to use a plant, this woman, this white woman, to copy his show and replace him. You know what I'm saying? Because he did start off of filming himself in grocery stores. That's where he got popular from. So he started from building himself up on YouTube to actually being one of the biggest interviewers on YouTube now. So they wanted to replace him, and they used him to do it by getting him to do an interview with the woman. And turned out that's how they launched her. And so now artists are rallying behind him to build his brand back up. So I wanted to shout him out for that reason. I wouldn't shout out Kevin Hart like that. He don't appeal to me. But I had to give him props for doing that because Kevin didn't have to do that for him. So that was good.
It's much more appealing to learn how to hit hard than to duck and dodge. You guys are doing a public service. The last fight I was in, I hit some MFer with a beer bottle on the chin.
Okay.
My visuals today, oh my God. So after you hit him in the chin, you should have bent him down and bit out his hair. Well, WWOD. Always think about that while you're out in these streets now. Think about WWOD. So some dude talking crazy, especially he talk crazy, and then he do like this, put his hair in your face like that. I don't know why he would do that, but he put his hair in your face, shaking his hair in your face. Ah!
Yeah, you don't like my music. Might not be, trill enough to
Yeah.
take it to that level.
Yeah, you might philosophize on it.
Mm-hmm.
You take a plug out of a man's head. You take his top politics out of his head. You do like Caucasian did to us.
You have to reconsider some things.
His God and his mores and folkways. If you bite out his head, bite that plug out of his head, spit it in his. If you bite out his head, you got to spit in his face though.
True.
You can't just bite in his head and spit on the ground.
No. I learned that when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. All the gangsters will tell you, if you bite out a plug out of dude's head, you got to spit it in his face.
The rule.
I took it to another level. I bit a plug out of dude's head and spit it back in his head so I can get him later, get that same plug.
See, I messed up the first couple times I did it. I swallowed the hair. I didn't know I was supposed to spit it. Yeah. I had to learn later on what I'm supposed to do.
You were like a cat on that ass.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if I ever told you this, Bob, and I can't believe I'm about to say this on the show, but I actually did that.
Oh God!
I did it. Somebody's back when I was a little girl.
How little?
And I'll just leave it at that.
How little? Like 18.
She said, "Little girl." She was 17.
Oh boy!
Oh,
that's
man.
all. That's all. That's of that story I am telling. But I have actually bitten a plug out of somebody's skin out of their body.
Yeah, me bit a plug out of me. We were filming a single link, and while we're shooting, now I'm the director of the film, but I'm holding her in the film, right? My wife right there. My wife's doing her lines with the person that's playing our neighbor in the film, and after she was nice though. She waited. After she rocks her line, I do my line. As soon as I finish my line, she goes, "Hey!" and bite. I'm like, "Oh, cut!" And it's still caught on camera. I'm gonna try to find it. I'll post it. She bit the crap out of me. She had never bit me before. I'm like, "Oh, hey, baby!" And then she stopped. She looked up, smiled. And I guess she said, "Hey, we on TV. We on, gonna be in a movie. I'm about to make this movie.
Make it memorable."
And so she bit. Wow. Now, see, I would like to say
a single link out of you.
She bit me, and I said, "It's enough, child. It's enough." And I was tough. All and the character I played was a family man, but he was tough, rough. As soon as she bit me, all that went out the window.
I want to go back to. I want to go back to Ominiki's story. So you were about
the plug out the back. She said she ain't going no further.
What age were you about? What age when this?
I was like 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And somebody let you get up and bite them in the back, or they were extremely short?
It was another child.
It was another child. Oh,
another child. No. Yes.
So you bit another 5-year-old she bit a 2-year-old in the back when she was 5.
No, it was a child that was older than me, and perhaps related by blood.
Oh my goodness! You don't be biting your siblings.
It was
I like
bad.
it. I like it. Ferociousness. I like it.
Now, I bit a dude in his Achilles tendon once.
Oh my goodness!
I had thrown him, boom, and I don't know why I could not, other than kicking him in the groin, I couldn't figure out what to do, which was odd for me. I probably had been drinking. I can't remember, but I'm like, what do I do? But it's Achilles tendon right there. I had teeth then. If I bit him now, he'd just smile. It'd be a nice massage. But I threw it and I looked. I was like, I want to kick him in the groin because people watching, they expect that. They want to expect this. Hurt. And he was screaming like a banshee. I didn't have a heart to just tear it out. And it probably was too tough for me to tear it out. But I thought about just ripping it through. And I said, no, that's just too much. And so I dropped his leg. But he was laying there shaking for a minute.
Wow, Baba.
I don't want to bit an Achilles heel.
Although now I regret it because I should have see if I could tear through the tendon.
Yeah, just for giggles.
But then I could have taught y'all.
There you go.
See, so I'm sorry, y'all, that I have
You robbed us.
That technique.
You robbed us. Okay.
But I did speak on the biting the plug out the head today.
You did give us that.
So
something to practice.
Right. Just don't practice it on your children or your spouse. Other than that, practice it. Maybe I'll practice it on y'all at class. Tomorrow. It ain't like I'm gonna be able to bite the plug out your head, so it don't matter. But y'all get the gist of it if I bite it, So
Lord have mercy. Appreciate y'all, man.
Dude didn't see that coming, did he? No, he didn't. And the other folks. So to be honest, I thought they was gonna make me seem cool. They like, damn, and it actually grossed people out. It was kind of like when at the fight at the the Battle of Alabama, everybody was supposed to do the chant, but when you do the chant hit the woman, it was just too much. It got quiet. That's how I was like, because they were like, whoop his ass, Quiz, whoop his ass, Quiz. Everybody called me Quiz. And I said, hey,
oh no, Quiz.
Like, oh damn.
Yeah, you fuck, Quiz. You took it too far, Quiz.
And a couple people even kind of patting him, checking on him.
Yeah, damn, Quiz, you took it too far. You took it too far.
Right, they're like, damn, Quiz, you biting people like you doing this now in the 90s. This is what we doing in the 90s now, Quiz.
Yes, Eugene, we are not thinking. We have set up a Patreon and we will be doing something on Patreon. We'll be doing straight techniques mostly or in-depth conversations that we can't have on YouTube.
Yeah. So you don't like my music, all those philosophical questions you have and statements you have, we will deal with those and how they actually apply to a life and death situation, or if they apply on the show too. So as damn, don't feed on them, Quiz. Exactly. Yeah, Quiz. You turned to a vampire in the 90s. This is what we doing in the 90s.
I can see myself standing with a girl while you was beating them up. At first, be like, "Yeah, that's my man." Then you bite him. No, we ain't that cool though. You know what I mean? Yeah, all right, but we ain't.
Yeah, it had the opposite effect of what I thought it would have. It wasn't cool, and really, people just didn't. They liked me, so they just didn't talk about it no more. But wasn't nobody bragging on it.
Maybe they were a little scared.
Huh?
I said, and maybe they were a little scared too.
Yeah, probably like damn. Okay. Quiz to step to the, he just stepped over the line now.
Right.
You can order this book, Baba. Where can you order this book at? Let them know.
So the book can be ordered. See, I'm terrible with that. I should have put it in the chat link. The book can be ordered on Amazon. You look up What Would Ominiki Do? It's only one, so it's gonna come up. Or you can put in WWOD, OJ Tade. So I'm the author. Or you can put up Warrior Class Presents. And I think it'll just come up from that, but you could put What Would Ominiki Do?
It's okay to love the philosophy of combat. You don't like my music, but what you should try to do is listen to warriors that are philosophizing on combat versus actually trying to philosophize on combat. Unless you've actually been in combat, you don't have anything to philosophize on.
Which
but you have been in combat from what you said.
He did hit him up, MFA in the chin
with that
bottle.
So you can philosophize on that.
Right, he been in some stuff.
He said that's why I'm here.
Good, and you don't have to even philosophize on hitting the mug in the chin. You've done it, but cool. That's cool. You don't like my music,
and that's what we're saying. It's okay if you love the philosophy of combat. That's cool. But that's all. It's always better to listen more. I can't philosophize with combat with Baba.
What does, but it's all right. It's all right.
I do sometimes. I do.
Everybody does, but that's the mark of somebody that's learning too. They're excited about learning and they want to speak on what. And so I don't beat down folks for having questions making comments unless those comments are dangerous to people who may be listening.
Yeah, boom.
Then I have to say something. But I'm growing too, so I'm learning, because I used to be harsh with people doing that. I'm trying not to be as harsh.
You let me philosophize on combat?
It's cool, but it still gets me a little bit, but I recognize where it comes from, that every man and woman, but particularly men, feel that they are able to protect those they love. And when you get around other warriors, you want to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, boom.
When I was in the military, other martial artists they love talking about their martial arts around other people they consider warriors. Even me, my young, arrogant, will go to the mat with your ass. They love talking to me, about such things. And as I got older, even, that's when the other SF person, the white dude, told me, I can beat any black person, but you, because black people more concerned with looking cute, looking good. They rather lose looking good than win not looking good, not looking cool.
That's real science.
And I was like, what? But I had to stop and listen to what he was saying.
Yeah, boom.
And he ain't the only one thinking like that.
Because it ain't a false. It's for a lot of it's like I said, I caught it in myself 6 years into training. I'm still trying to look, I want to do something that I like versus doing what the fuck does that even mean? Like, it's just crazy.
It's just that's purely ego, and I want to look cool. When my wife first started training, she came in and I was teaching the sticks, right? Really double sword, but I started with the sticks.
I'm sorry, Bob. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I gotta sign off, y'all.
All right. Peace. Thank you so much,
family. All right, thank y'all.
Mrs. WhirlWind for
WhirlWind of Death signing off. Peace. Right. And I'm teaching her the sticks. I walk over and work with somebody else. I turn and look. This is her first class. And she spinning, and looking hard. And I said, sister, goddamn, you're in a Conan movie or something, ain't you? She looked embarrassed. But that is, and I've teased about it over the years, of course, but over us being married 22 years. But she was, she started training 24 years ago. And so I'm looking, her and other people, that's not the only time I've seen that. And I've seen ego come in with everybody that's been in class. And shit, I've had it too, of course, when I say it's a different, it manifests a different way, but ego always will. I was skilled as a young man, right? As a teenager. And it was that very skill that led me to being arrogant, because it was about ego. I beat my chest. I do indigenous African martial arts. Y'all don't, right? And then when other people came around claiming to do African martial arts, first I was like, man, that's not African. I do real African martial arts. Damn, what they talking about. I stopped doing that. What would that gain me? Thank God it wasn't the internet going on, or I'd have made a bunch of enemies. By the time the internet came around, you had these young dudes, what the hell, a bunch of capoeira dudes thought that was just African. And so they coming at other people who were practitioners of African martial arts. One they came at, who's my elder, and who had actually, now he had been in Asian martial arts before, but had actually gone to the Gambia, Mali, and other places, and had actually trained. And people were coming at him as being inauthentic. And so I stepped to those brothers hard, because they had already come at me and questioning me and my authenticity, which was funny to me, because I'm like, well, how can they don't know? But I'll talk with them. And so as I talked with them, they had learned certain things they had read, hadn't been to the mat on none of the shit, because they had nobody to teach them, right? And I dealt with that, so they had a respect for me. And so when they came at him, I had to defend him. And hardly knew him. I met him later, and I knew him well before he transitioned. But, and I don't even think he knew that I did that. It didn't matter. He was my comrade. He was my elder. He was somebody that had put in the work and really had gone to the continent and trained. And I was not going to let these folks, because they read the only book, there wasn't even articles, wasn't even no books out yet. First book on indigenous African martial arts was written by, guess who? Me. I started off writing it from a historical aspect. I had bibliography in there and everything. I got divination on it. My ancestors, whether you believe in them or not, is irrelevant. It's been successful for me. My ancestors said, take all that academic shit out. That's how the priest spoke to me, because I'm dealing with my warrior ancestors, Ogun ancestors, right? Or Yah ancestors, right? They said, take that shit out. Speak as an initiate, as a war chief, not as somebody, as an academic. Nothing wrong. I'm not blasting academia. I'm saying what came from me in divination. Do not write any of your books from an academic standpoint. Don't put in no bibliographies. This. Don't do it that way. I was like, but that's going to get me the respect. Respect of who? Academia? You're going to get that anyway by being who you actually are. And after I brought that book out, I've had actual, PhDs trained with me. I've been brought into colleges. I've taught at multiple colleges, including the Here Doctors College, Morris Brown, before it closed and now it's reopened, right? Morris Brown, Clark Atlanta, Spelman. I've taught at them all. And then in Chicago State, University of Chicago. I've taught at different places, right? You've been to Virginia with me teaching, because I've stayed true to being an initiate of war, right? And I say that because right now I'm writing a book. I'm really struggling with, I'm half done. I've been writing on this book, ain't been saying nothing. I'm half done with, I'm struggling if I should bring it out, because I don't know if they will snatch our show off or snatch BPM off. It's entitled The Right Side of the Barricade. And it's dealing with, people say, well, it's not a war that's happening. It's a massacre that's happening, the Israelis with the Palestinians. That's just a part of World War III, which began the moment I and others were sent to the Middle East at war in the Gulf War, the original. World War III began then, and I break it down how, and how we're in it right now, and how to survive when World War III comes to our back door, our neighborhoods, and then our back door. I've really been struggling with that. Like Our Blood No More. It took me 5 years to bring that out, to figure out how I could water that down where I don't get snatched off. They one of my books, Surviving the Urban Apocalypse, book 2, wrote that because Ogun Bakin, one of my students, asked if I would write a book 2. So I did book 2. They let the ebook come out, but they would not let the paperback come out. And when I asked, they got aggressive. It was filled with vitriol the way Amazon taught to me. So I got to be careful. This, I don't care. I mean, but I do care about whether our show continues, and I care about whether Black Power Media continues.
Copy that.
Black Power Media can't get it definitely can't bring it out this year. Black Power Media can't get another strike. Right. So just to let you know, I'm old enough to have protested the first Iraq war. They called me a commie faggot. It doesn't matter what they called you. You know, stick to your guns. You don't like my music, and I didn't know you from another country, and I would have known then when they, that speech sounded like it comes straight from the damn 60s. I'd have been like, that you from another country, Canada. Canada's close, but it's another country. I would love to read that, Emmanuel Briggs. Yeah, I'm debating. I think it's some of my best work. Good analysis. We haven't dealt with an analysis here on Warrior Class about the Israeli massacre of Palestinians and what's going on there, the destruction of the Gaza Strip and things of that nature. So I put it in a book form. So if anybody got the heat, it would be me, right? But we probably wouldn't talk about it on here because, like I said, I don't know nobody else.
Yeah,
getting
away from the topic.
This show getting jammed up. But we've been talking a lot on Black Power Media about what's going on. I just haven't. And I felt, well, maybe I should bring out the book. That's why I mentioned the book now. So we've had conversations. Should we do an episode on it? And we decided not to. Our energy would be a little different, but talking from a warrior standpoint, would be good. But our energy would be a lot brisker than others, and so I don't know if that's a good move. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why. But if I bring out the book, I'll just say, hey, the book's out. I won't talk on it on here. And then y'all can, read the book and make a decision for yourself.
We'll discuss it on Patreon.
Yeah, now we will. Yeah, there you go. We will discuss it in depth on Patreon. There you go. Okay. I love it. White YouTube leftists hate my guts. White YouTube leftists hate all our guts. Believe that. Leftists, rightists, uptists, and downtists. They hate our guts.
All right, man. It's time to sign off.
All right. We got a few white allies on here, but
yes, we do.
There's a few. Right.
We only got a few black ones, really. So it's all good.
Right. True. That's true. Yes. All right, y'all. And we did an episode difference between a friend and a comrade and an ally too. Okay. We need all of them.
Yeah, bro.
But I rock more with comrades, and goddamn, we certainly need some allies. But friends, I got friends. That's nice.
Yep.
But some of your friends may be dead-minded as hell.
Yep. I have some. Some of my closest ones ain't about that.
Right. But comrades,
That's what they about.
Y'all on the same page at least. Okay. And that's what we want, more comrades. All right, peace, family. Love y'all.
Right.
Stay black or whatever it is that you may be. Be safe out here. Keep your heads on the swivel. Peace.
Keep your tools. Get your tools.
Get your tools, yeah. And practice with them. Peace.
Train, and train some more.